I'm not 100% with the live and let live crowd. I'm really kind of not. I'm kind of offended by it, to be perfectly honest, but I can't do anything about it.
Now to important business in Thornton Township, which hit a roadblock tonight, not because of the weather, not because of logistics, but because two trustees refused to show up.
Their absence prevented Supervisor Tiffany Henyard from filing a vacancy on the board.
In some large measure, a sickness that, they don't have full control over. So.
Journalist and political analyst Megyn Kelly has sparked national attention with a sharp critique of Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, accusing her of grossly misusing public funds amid allegations of embezzling $10 million in taxpayer money, which has deepened the controversy surrounding the mayor. While Kelly's incisive commentary, renowned for its candid and investigative approach, has intensified scrutiny on Henyard and highlighted the gravity of the accusations, not everyone shares this perspective. One dissenting voice stated, "I don't believe them. It's their delusion, not mine. I don't have to pretend that I share it, and my kids won't be acting as though they do." Kelly's detailed examination of the purported corruption has added to the growing chorus of criticism directed at Henyard's administration. Journalist and political analyst Megyn Kelly has raised critical concerns about accountability and transparency in Dolton's leadership, claiming the controversy surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard goes beyond mismanagement to represent corruption on a large scale. According to Kelly, Henyard has violated the trust of her community, with mounting evidence adding to the allegations of her misconduct. What is happening and why is there a power struggle? Kelly questioned, emphasizing the growing tension. Meanwhile, a recent board meeting adjourned early due to the absence of trustees Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle, leaving the board without the quorum needed to make formal decisions. This development has further fueled frustrations among stakeholders as the scandal unfolds. Journalist Megyn Kelly has highlighted serious allegations against Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, accusing her of not only committing a criminal offense, but also betraying the trust of the community. According to Kelly, Henyard's agenda contained unapproved elements that have further deepened the controversy. The accusations include the alleged embezzlement of $10 million in public funds originally intended for vital sectors such as infrastructure, education, and community programs. Whistleblowers have also claimed that Henyard approved no-bid contracts at exorbitant prices, with the funds reportedly directed to shell companies linked to her associates. Kelly emphasized the impact on the people of Dolton, many of whom rely on the public services now underfunded or neglected due to these actions. The administration of Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard faces serious accusations of misusing taxpayer money to fund a lavish lifestyle, including luxury vacations, designer clothing, and private events. Federal grants intended for essential public works in Dolton have reportedly disappeared without proper accounting, intensifying suspicions of embezzlement. Journalist Megyn Kelly, after exposing these allegations, criticized Henyard's administration for its lack of oversight and the failure of local authorities to hold her accountable. Kelly called for immediate intervention by state and federal agencies, urging a thorough investigation into Henyard's actions and the alleged misuse of public funds. Concerns about Mayor Tiffany Henyard's leadership have long simmered among Dolton residents, and Megyn Kelly's exposé has reignited public outrage. Activists and community leaders are intensifying their demands for accountability. Local campaigner Rachel Thompson emphasized that trust is more important than money, while criticizing Kelly for sensationalizing the issue without fully grasping the complexities of Dolton's governance. Thompson accused Henyard of abusing her position, insisting that it's time for her to face the consequences. As expected, protests erupted across Dolton, with residents calling for Henyard's resignation and a comprehensive investigation into the allegations against her. Mayor Tiffany Henyard has denied all allegations, dismissing Megyn Kelly's remarks as politically motivated. However, critics argue that Henyard's response lacks credibility, especially as evidence against her continues to mount. Kelly's involvement in the controversy has elevated it to a national stage, drawing attention from prominent public figures and media outlets. Her incisive commentary has sparked widespread discussions about local government corruption and the broader implications of Henyard's alleged misconduct. Kelly concluded that this issue transcends local politics, serving as a stark warning about the consequences of leaders prioritizing personal gain over public welfare. The growing outcry has fueled demands for external investigations to ensure accountability. Inquiries into Dolton's finances are intensifying, with independent audits conducted by watchdog groups urging the Department of Justice to step in. These investigations could potentially uncover further evidence of abuse and mismanagement. If the claims are substantiated, Mayor Tiffany Henyard may face charges including fraud and embezzlement. Meanwhile, Dolton residents are expected to continue organizing demonstrations and petition drives, amplifying calls for Henyard's resignation. Megyn Kelly's exposé has significantly raised the stakes in this already divisive scandal, further fueling public demands for accountability and reform in Dolton's leadership. Misappropriation of funds goes beyond just financial loss. It represents a breach of trust and serves as a stark reminder of the vital importance of accountability and transparency in leadership. 2 trustees who opposed Mayor Tiffany Henyard's financial decisions intentionally skipped the township board meeting, blocking her from appointing a new trustee to fill a vacancy. The appointment of a new trustee to replace Jerry Jones, who resigned in early October for personal and health reasons, was a key item on the agenda for the Tuesday night-run Township Board of Trustees meeting. However, the absence of the trustees left the meeting without a quorum, preventing the board from moving forward with the replacement. Trustees Carmen Carlisle and Chris Gonzalez intentionally chose not to attend the meeting, blocking the vote and preventing a quorum. Carlisle stated that the goal of their absence was to ensure that the citizens of Thornton Township received the proper care, not to disrupt the proceedings. When the meeting couldn't go forward, Henyard took to Facebook Live, their usual platform, to accuse Carlisle and Gonzalez of paralyzing the township with gridlock. If a quorum had been reached, Henyard could have appointed the new trustee, a decision Carlisle and Gonzalez feared would support Henyard's use of township tax dollars. Both trustees remained highly skeptical and continued to question Henyard's spending practices. Gonzalez emphasized the importance of showing care for both employees who provide services and the community, stating, "Sometimes we, as leaders, have to make difficult decisions, even without a quorum," in reference to the ongoing vacancy on the board. Nearly 3 weeks earlier, Gonzalez had attended a Thornton Township Board of Trustees meeting to address issues related to paying township bills and ensuring employee insurance coverage. However, this time he abruptly left the meeting, citing a lack of clarity from Henyard regarding a proposed full refund for homeowners. Gonzalez pointed out that sometimes, when something doesn't make sense, it likely doesn't, and expressed concerns about safety. A former assistant to Mayor Henyard, now a self-described whistleblower, has avoided attending township board meetings for months, according to Trustee Gonzalez. At the most recent meeting, Carlisle requested to participate via phone, but Henyard denied the request. In addition to the challenges surrounding Tuesday night's meeting, Henyard faces 2 election obstacles. The embattled South suburban politician has yet to announce whether she plans to run for re-election as the supervisor of Thornton Township.
Tonight on Facebook Live, Henyard seemed upset about their boycott.
I want to show up to your scheduled board meetings. I don't care if you agree or disagree, but you must show up to say yes or no, or vote present. But show up, because you were elected or appointed to do the will of the people, and that's to show up and be a vote for.
Tiffany Henyard, the so-called supermayor of an Illinois town, has stirred controversy by using Facebook Live to threaten her critics amid growing accusations of financial mismanagement and rumors of a federal investigation surrounding her administration. Just days after announcing her re-election campaign for mayor of Dolton on October 15th, Henyard faced additional scrutiny when a Harvey alderwoman claimed she was arrested last month after publicly criticizing the mayor. Henyard has already declared her intention to run for mayor again, while a local trustee leads the opposition against her. On Tuesday night, Henyard spent around 90 minutes on Facebook Live, engaging directly with her constituents. The Facebook Live broadcast followed the cancellation of a Thornton Township trustees meeting due to a lack of quorum. During the broadcast, Henyard declared, "I will be pressing charges and attempting to arrest those involved. It's a lot. And that's just me telling you a little bit. I'm tired of people accusing Tiffany of lying to me, and now it's time for me to speak." In a Facebook post dated September 30th, Henyard further claimed that others had been fabricating stories about her to bolster their own views and harm her reputation. The post accused her critics of launching a smear campaign against anyone who challenges them. To set the record straight, let me make myself abundantly clear. The ongoing conflict in Dolton, a community of about 2,601 residents just south of Chicago, centers on several disagreements between Mayor Henyard and various board trustees. Some of these trustees, whom Henyard accuses of being driven by a lust for power and financial gain, have leveled accusations of financial mismanagement against her administration. In response, they hired former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to lead an independent investigation into the matter. As of May 30th of this year, the village's general fund showed a net deficit. The Chicago Defender reported in August that Lightfoot had been appointed to spearhead the investigation, marking a pivotal moment in the ongoing scrutiny of Henyard's leadership. In stark contrast to the more than $5.6 million surplus in previous years, former Mayor Lori Lightfoot, leading the independent investigation, stated that Dolton's general fund is now facing a $3 to $6.5 million shortfall. This financial decline came after Henyard, elected mayor in 2021, also became the supervisor of Thornton Township in 2022. However, Lightfoot's investigation isn't the only one examining Dolton's finances. According to CBS News, the FBI is also investigating Dolton Village Hall. In April, federal officials conducted a search of the building, although the specifics of their inquiry remain unclear. The FBI has declined to comment on the investigation as per standard Department of Justice protocol. Meanwhile, Janetta Hull, Henyard's landlord, spoke with WFLD-TV, revealing concerns about the mayor's financial condition. Under investigation, Tiffany Henyard and her partner Kamal Woods are facing eviction for failing to pay rent since August. Public payroll records reveal that the couple receives over $300,000 in taxpayer-funded income, according to the Citizen newspaper group. Henyard, a Dolton resident, graduated with a degree in business administration from Robert Morse University in Illinois in 2011. She also contributed to Governor Pat Quinn's Put Illinois to Work campaign. Henyard's entry into politics began at a block party where she overheard local residents expressing frustration over issues like potholes, street repairs, and water bills. Before becoming mayor, Henyard shared this story with the Citizen newspaper group, adding, "I realized they needed a voice of reason, and I had to be that voice for my neighborhood, for my block, and for my community." Before running for mayor, Tiffany Henyard, 37, was the youngest trustee on the Village of Dolton's board. In an interview with the Citizen newspaper group, she stated, "I've been on that board for 8 years, and I feel like I can do more in a leadership role. Right now, nothing is being answered, and nothing is being done. I want to show people that I am their strength and that Dolton needs me. I've always been there, no matter what." Earlier this month, Henyard filed a lawsuit against several municipal trustees, claiming they had illegally called a board meeting. The lawsuit, filed on October 8th in Cook County Circuit Court, named Dolton Park District Village Clerk Allison Key, Village Administrator Keith Freeman, and trustees Tammy Brown, Norwood Britton, Jason House, and Kiana Beller. The case stemmed from a dispute on October 7th, when Henyard and other trustees Andrew Holmes and Stanley Brown attempted to meet at Village Hall. But the 4 trustees named in the case opted to meet instead at a Park District building. According to CBS News, this disagreement is the basis for Henyard's legal action.
Part of the circus, we're not going to be part of the game that just continually keeps going. And so that's really kind of where we're at, unfortunately, as far as... I don't even like to use the term stopping the meeting. We just want to get some responsible adult, communication and try to do the right thing.
In addition to preventing the Park District from organizing future meetings, Henyard's complaint seeks a court ruling to establish Village Hall as the official location for board meetings. The lawsuit also demands that any transactions made during the Park District meetings be declared void. According to Cook County Circuit Court records, CBS News reported that the case's next court date is set for December 11th. In a lengthy and fragmented social media post, Henyard, often referred to as the dictator, hinted at taking action against her critics, including the possibility of arresting them. Despite the ongoing controversy, the embattled mayor strongly defended her management of the city's affairs and finances, dismissing the criticism as baseless and labeling dissenters as misguided. Amid growing frustration, Henyard's landlords shared concerns about dealing with the embattled official, who is currently facing eviction. The mayor, known as the super mayor of a suburban Illinois town, launched into a nearly 90-minute tirade during a Facebook Live broadcast on Tuesday after a Thornton Township meeting she was presiding over was canceled due to a lack of quorum from the board members. During the broadcast, Henyard promised to finally reveal the whole truth behind the controversy surrounding her, though she did not specify which charges she intended to pursue. Instead, she accused her opponents of engaging in a power and money grab. The Chicago Tribune reports that only one trustee was present during the meeting, further complicating the situation. On Tuesday, only one Thornton Township trustee attended the postponed meeting, accompanied by Henyard, after trustee Chris Gonzalez refused to enter the meeting room due to its small size. When Gonzalez and the Dolton trustees couldn't agree on a meeting location, he filed a failed lawsuit. Amid divisions within the town and the looming threat of eviction, Gonzalez explained, "I wasn't going to put people in an unsafe environment. I wasn't going to make it an argument. It's just what should be done. It's the right thing." Yanat Hull, the property owner, claims that Henyard and her boyfriend have not paid the full rent since August. According to a report, Hull rented her property to Henyard, once considered a friend, but their relationship soured in 2021 when Hull alleged she felt pressured by Henyard. Janetta Hull shared that when she informed Henyard about moving into the house she was renting, Henyard unexpectedly responded, "No, they can't move in because I want it." Hull told Fox 32 that when Henyard raised the rent by $200 to $2,400 per month over the summer due to an increase in property taxes, Henyard's boyfriend claimed they couldn't afford it. According to Hull, the couple didn't pay the full rent in August and failed to pay anything in September. Hull also alleged that Henyard had changed the garage code and locks, expressing concern that Henyard might have her arrested if she attempted to change them back with a locksmith. Despite filing an eviction lawsuit in September, Hull told the station that neither she nor Henyard had been able to obtain the necessary documents to proceed with the eviction. Mayor Hull told Fox 32 that Henyard must eventually realize that karma will come for you. All you need to do is pay your rent. Henyard's lawyer, however, previously denied the claims of overdue rent, stating they were false. Henyard is currently the subject of a federal investigation after being subpoenaed earlier this year in connection with both Dolton and Thornton Township, as well as several other people and organizations linked to the Democratic Party. Henyard has denied any wrongdoing and continues her campaign for re-election. Meanwhile, the Thornton Township Party has officially announced its slate of candidates, with Christopher Clark running for mayor and Davis Jones joining the race for supervisor. Rachel Gente, Goldston Dominique, Randall L., and others are vying for positions of trust in the upcoming election. Currently, Randall L. serves as the alderman for Harvey's 5th Ward, while Davis is the city administrator of Harvey. Sidney Moore, Nate Fields Jr., and Stafford Owens are also running for the position of supervisor. Owens is a member of the District 205 board for Thornton Township. Moore, a Homewood native who unsuccessfully ran for Illinois Secretary of State in 2022, stated on Monday that he brings a wealth of experience from working on numerous political campaigns. In response to the turbulent and disorganized leadership under Henyard's administration, Moore expressed his commitment to restoring transparency and effective governance. Moore expressed his desire to bring optimism back to the township, which is home to about 1,500 people. He criticized the current supervisor for bringing out the worst in people and making them ashamed to live in the township. Last month, Nate Fields, 33, from South Holland, revealed that he had previously worked for the township under former supervisor Frank Selly before the position was abolished by Henyard. Fields also emphasized his goal of improving transparency and increasing community participation in local decision-making. He added, "I'm hoping that the people in the community who are furious about Tiffany's behavior will wake up and choose me because I am ready to make immediate changes." Henyard launched her re-election campaign for mayor last month and has already filed to run in the Democratic primary against village trustee Jason House. Township trustees Chris Gonzalez and Fields stated that while Henyard and the current trustees have not yet filed their candidacies, the Illinois State Board of Elections allows major party candidates in township races to be selected through a caucus. This means the citizens of Thornton Township may not know until December 3rd whether Henyard will appear on the April ballot. Trustees Darlin Everett and Carmen Carlisle have yet to announce their plans. In the meantime, the board will vote on a temporary replacement for Gerald Jones at Tuesday's meeting following his resignation as a trustee last month.
Somebody's doing something doesn't mean progress is happening, but we need to know that progress is actually being made and that those things are being done for the township. And if that means we stop for a moment to, allow for a better process to happen, that's what we do. We stop. We don't just keep going with the
differences over the agenda and concerns about a lack of transparency from Henyard's office have led trustees Gonzalez and Carlisle to declare they will not attend the upcoming meeting. Gonzalez criticized Henyard for turning the process into a spectacle by pushing forward ideas without providing sufficient information on how they would impact the community, emphasizing his focus on critical bills. Henyard was selected as supervisor to fill the vacancy left by the late Zuccarelli by passing a direct community vote. Gonzalez, signaling his intention to delay the appointment of Jones's successor in order to gather input from local residents, stated, "From my perspective, we didn't do it right in 2022, so we're trying to make this as right as possible." Federal authorities have subpoenaed documents related to Henyard, her associates, and the organizations under her oversight, including Thornton Township High School District 205 and Thornton Township Town Hall in South Holland. Gonzalez noted that this will be the first time Thornton Township uses the caucus process to select candidates. According to the Illinois Board of Elections, most townships in the state use the caucus system to nominate candidates for township offices within established political parties.